Matt the Doctor here, just recording another video to go further on what I did with the hopper filter feature video just a week ago. I've had a lot of interest in the item filter feature as well, which has a number of different uses that we're going to go through a couple of them today. But I don't intend these to end up being comprehensive usage videos or to test the limits of the system. These are just knowledge videos. I make these just because I end up helping out a lot of people configure these things on their own. So I don't want this to end up being a long video with a lot of different technical features, or to end up being something that's just so goofy that it's hard to go. So let's just get to this. I'm going to go back and we're going to get started, and let's go back to where we had the video for the hopper filter that we had before. So I'm going to get out of F5 and let's go. If I could type today. Okay, so here we are. Probably remember this. We did the hopper filter over here to basically filter the items out of my cobble generator, and also for what's going on in there with the iron golems to filter out all the poppies so we don't have to deal with it. All right, so just progress on that so far. I did actually go through and I did go through and get rid of that hopper collection system for the old iron farm, and we put it in more into a public iron profit shop. So let's go to my warp, and you can just take a look. Hey, there's my TARDIS. So I built this one down here for my island mates so they can make a little money because they don't play enough. So this is Dad Aura's half, and this is going to be Adam the Warlord's half. Okay, so anyway, you can see much better collection system, much better for iron profit collections and selling. All right, so let's get back down to where we were. All right, so the first use I want to augment again on what we did with the hopper filter feature before, with the use of the item filter. Now the hopper filter that we have before is still in use. Bad stuff. You guys probably remember that. So we're filtering out all the ores that I don't want to get out of my cobble gen and out of the iron golem farm, and I'm blacklisting that. Well, there's another feature on here that'll actually help you with items that you don't want to collect on your person. Dropped items that are on the ground that you go through and use. So, and that's the item filter. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. Item filter. And right now I got nothing. I have no profiles. I deleted my profile so I could do this with you guys today. All right, so let's go ahead and select the first profile. And this first one, this is the stuff that when I'm using my cobble generator, I don't want to pick up. So I'm just gonna call it junk. All right. You guys remember in the video before, I'm sure, when I had some of the items that I wasn't collecting in the hoppers that would come back on to me, like lapis or iron or blocks that would come back. And let's say I don't want to collect that stuff at all. So let's go through and let's do the icon. There we go. Okay, so that's the junk. All right, so we're going to load that. So it's active, but remember, this is still empty. All right, so let's go ahead and select, I don't want to pick up lapis. And I definitely don't want to pick up the iron. Okay. So there we go. Now that is stuff that I don't want to pick up. So what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and turn that on to blacklist. And that's on. Let's go back here and let's make sure that we save. Right click to save. Okay, there we go. So that is now active. So if I go over and I use my cobble generator right now, I will not pick up any lapis or iron blocks that fall back onto me. So we're going to watch my inventory here for just a minute. I'm going to just mine for maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds at the most. And we're just going to see, you see all the lapis. I should be picking that stuff up, but I'm not because I'm using the item filter. All right, that's probably enough. Even if I go down here into this area and I say, oh, I want that stuff, I can come down here and you look, I am not picking up any of the lapis or iron ore that was spilled on the hoppers and on the ground. It can even spill out down here on the floor, and I won't bother to pick it up. So inventory, just to be sure, just to be safe, you can see. Not kidding you, no kidding. All right, so what do we do with that now? So that's one filter that I set up for this use, and so that I'm not picking up any of those ores that I don't want to have in my inventory, taking up space. So I can sit here and I can mine, I can AFK mine for longer, whatever I want to do. I'm not going to be picking up those items and having to deal with them in my inventory. So that's the way I want to do it. Okay, so there's other uses for this though that I think are more useful. I could think of some things in PvP and other things that I'm not going to make videos on. But the other quick one that I can show you is we're outside. Let's go back. I have another little use for you to come back, and we can go over and show you another use for this filter feature. So now this is not OP by any means. This is my little tiny gold farm that I've built up. I really just started it, so it's not really OP yet. There are plenty of them out there that are out there that you could use. But if you look right here, I just tested the things just a minute ago. But as you go through and you're killing these guys and you're wanting to go, what you're going to notice is over time that you end up accumulating a lot of other items that you may not want to keep. So let's take a look at that. So the rotten flesh here isn't worth very much money, so maybe you don't want to keep that. And these gold swords are worth absolutely nothing, and they cannot be properly filtered with a blacklist because they've taken damage. Only an undamaged item can be filtered properly through the filter. So we take a little bit different approach when you're doing this for a gold farm. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these things here. I'm going to get rid of the sword, and then get rid of these two things. All right, so we can use the item filter again to our advantage. So let's type that in. If I can type today. Okay, so we're going to go through. We have this junk one that we created already. Let's go through here. Let's create another filter. And I'm going to call this one Gold Farm. Okay. And let's give it an icon that looks like that. So it looks like gold. So we know that's what it's for. All right, we're going to select that. Right, remember this is selected here now, but there's absolutely nothing selected in this filter. Now, what you have to do is you have to think about this. We're going to run this one in a whitelist mode. So this is only filtering the items on the whitelist that will pass through. So in other words, you'll ignore everything else when you try to pick it up. So let's make sure we select gold nugs and gold ingots, because they do occasionally drop gold ingots, so you know. But I'm not going to go through and do anything with the swords. I don't want to pick up the swords, and I don't want to pick up the rotten flesh. Okay, so now we've done that. We've saved it. Now we're going to go through and we're going to do a right click and save that, and we are now saved. Okay, so let's go through and do something a little different now. Now I'm going to go through. I'm going to show you what I'm going through here. I'm going to kill these guys, but if you watch, I'm going to go through. I pick up the nugs, but that rotten flesh stays right there. So let's take care of these guys. I'm going to go through, pick up all the nugs. Rotten flesh stays there. And one of these days, when we go through, we're going to get one of these that has a sword on it. And you can see that those aren't going to be filtered either. Yeah, because right now, the only thing I can physically walk over and pick up are gold nugs and gold ingots. So it's I wish I had a better one to show you guys for this. I did have one scoped out, but the guy removed the welcome sign, so I can't go over and show it to you today. So I do apologize for that. Out of my control, of course. So, but as you can see, the only thing I'm picking up are the nuggets and the ingots. Let's see if we can get us a gold sword to drop. Maybe not, but it will not be picked up by the filter. So the rotten flesh and the swords are just going to lay on the ground, and I'm not going to pick them up. And then the next time an entity clear comes, those will clear and they'll be gone. But you don't have to worry about if you find a really OP gold farm that you want to go to, or you're going to build one, that you can just go through and you can turn on a filter like that. You do have to activate it, so it's the same rules as the other one was, that you can only one active filter at a time, and it'll end up being the one that you go through until you change it, or until the server reboots, or you relog or something. So check it when you log on. Use it as you go. So I have these two set up now. For I have the two profiles set up. The one junk one, which is a blacklist filter, and then I have the gold farm, which is a whitelist filter. So those are both saved, and I just toggle those on and off as I go, so that I can make sure that I'm using those when I'm in certain situations. There you go, gold sword. All right, see, notice I don't pick it up. Even though I have inventory space, I don't pick it up. I'm just picking up those gold nuggets and gold ingots. So anyway, guys, I hope this helped you out a lot today. I know I'm trying to cram a lot into a video here, but I just helped a lot of guys, and it was sort of difficult to explain because I can't exactly do it for you, and I can't show you on my computer when we're playing in game. So I hope this helped out, and you guys have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon.